Yo, it's hip hop and barbershops.
You gon' love it.
Yo, it's hip hop and barbershops.
Yo, keep cutting.
Yo, it's hip hop and barbershops.
It's insane.
Never go against the grain, simple and plain. It's hip hop and barbershops.
It's insane. You gon' love it. Yo, keep cutting. You gon' love it. Yo, keep cutting. It's insane.
Hey, welcome everybody to another edition of Hip Hop and Barbershops. It's your man B Styles, the anonymous nobody, and the man to the left of me.
It's your man, yours truly, Dr. Boogs, the Barber MD, representing all the barbershops worldwide. And back with us today, our lovely brother. Talk to us, Will.
What's going on? It's your boy Will, aka VA.
Okay.
Will's back in the building,
Will, welcome back.
Oh, for sure.
We hope everything down there is all right. You know what I'm saying? We have some prayers for you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Just want to make sure the family is doing good.
Absolutely, first and foremost.
Yeah. She just had some business to take care of last week, and in the beginning of this week, she had surgery. So I've been trying to assist the nursing of her.
Okay. He's not only a producer.
Doing your duties.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a nurse too. That's good. We're glad everybody's all right. But we had a great show last week, but we had a nice guest. We hope if y'all didn't catch it, make sure you catch last week's show. We had
Sister Pretty Poison in the building.
Poison in the building, so make sure y'all check out that show.
Oh, that was a lot of fun last week, man.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun, Boogs. A lot of fun, man. But you know, if we can, man, let's just take like a 30-second moment of silence for the folks in New Zealand, the victims of that horrific terrorist attack at the mosque. You know, so we just gonna take a quick 30-second moment of silence for the people.
For sure.
All right. Okay. Thanks everybody for allowing us to do that.
Appreciate that.
For the people. And speaking of hate, tonight we're gonna talk about the socially conscious aspect of hip hop.
Let's talk to him.
You know, groups and artists that have always spoke truth to power. You know, tried to uplift the community.
So not just be an entertainer,
Right.
but actually feed.
As KRS-One would say, you know, it was edutainment.
Edutainment.
You know, because, you know, a lot of times, man, the things that brothers was putting in their songs at a point in time, they wasn't teaching you that in school, man. You know, so brothers would drop something in a record, and it make you go pick up a phone.
And KRS-One was a heavy hitter.
You know, so we're gonna get into some of those groups, some songs, you know, different things like that. You know, you may have to pull out your pen and paper right now.
For sure.
Because you might want to cross-reference some of these things. But, you know, we're just going to jump right in, man. We're just going to jump right into this. So, when our super producer, Brother Ian, he's not with us tonight. He's at home not feeling well. So, E, hope you feeling better.
For sure.
But I got the email the text about tonight's show.
Hip hop with a cause.
You know, the
Hip-hop.
first thing I started thinking about was like, okay, let me travel back through my mind
For sure.
and think about those groups and those individuals that have made a career out of pretty much, you know, being on the more positive side of things, I would say. That was always speaking to what was going on in the community and how we could possibly do it better, or just shedding light on the problem You know, sometimes we just need people to just shed light on the problem.
Put that attention on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the first group that came to mind instantly, right? Well, actually, two situations came together to me at like simultaneously, and it was KRS-One, you know, and Public Enemy. Those were the two groups and individuals that came to me instantly, you know. And the reason why Public Enemy, I mean, simply, you know, fight the power. I mean, you take a song like Fight the Power, you know, we gotta fight the powers that be. Elvis was a hero the most, but he never meant to me. He's a straight up racist. The sucker was simple and plain. And then, you know, Flav would come in, and John Wayne. You know,
listen.
Most of my heroes don't appear on no stamp.
Nope.
You know, I mean, PE was that group for me. And I'm gonna talk about some other groups that people are gonna be like, really? But yes, because I'm gonna point out why I'm saying.
Of course.
You know, so that would be like Public Enemy for me at that particular moment. You know, that came to my mind instantly.
So the first thing that came to my mind was KRS-One.
Okay.
Even though I was at such an early age, just like getting into listening to hip hop and just only being able to hear what my brother played or what my sisters happening here, I always knew like he wasn't getting the attention that he deserved. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so educational, like, but it was so hot.
Yeah.
And so although I know, I'm like, this isn't a crazy hit that you're gonna hear all the time, but he spent so much fact and the delivery and his cadence and just his aggression towards his feel and what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So although I wasn't bumping KRS-One, but every time I knew he had a song, I knew it was one of those songs that would just like tighten you up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In terms of that knowledge. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, just coming and thinking about rappers with a cause, like, okay, KRS-One, even though I knew he was just different, just because a lot of the other music that you're hearing was just not that.
Not at all. Chris was definitely one of those guys, and you know, for me, it was I was in college at the time, and we had invited him, you know, our Black Student Organization, you know, we had invited Chris to come and speak at the school. You know, so I had a chance to meet KRS-One and build with him for a little bit, you know, and so did a few other brothers at school. But, you know, just that moment in time where it's like, you know, you listen to this cat rhyme and everything, and next thing you know, he's sitting right in front of you.
Now, being right in front of him, did you feel his energy from his music, like, just right, you know what I'm saying, was your expectation of what you thought he would be based off his music?
Oh yeah, that and then some.
Okay.
Oh, that and then some. You know, definitely one of those moments in your life where you're like, all right, cool. You know, because he was actually there too, with Sister Betty Shabazz, who was Malcolm X's wife.
Oh, okay.
You know? So that was all that was just really dope and educational at that time. So Will, I know you've been listening to us ramble on a little bit about the people that came to mind for us, man. What say you about this?
As the mega producer.
I'm going down on a ledge with NWA.
Oh, you ain't out on the ledge with that.
No, you're not on the ledge at all.
But I know what you mean when you say out on the ledge. But go ahead, speak to him, Will.
Right. I use NWA because even though they had the aggressive style and they had that very militant type attitude towards the government and the police, and it probably pissed off a lot of people for that time. I commend them from actually not just speaking it but going through it.
Right.
You know, a lot of cats have to give it up to Luke and NWA for them being able to say what they want to on an album.
Absolutely.
Because those were the two people at the time that were physically going through it with the government, going to court, you know, with the feds and fighting for their right to say what they wanted to say.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you know, when you get the label from the FBI as like the world's most dangerous group,
that's crazy.
You know, and you just four young cats from Compton. You know that
Exactly.
that's saying a whole lot, man. And I agree with you 100%. Just because they were perceived as gangster rappers, just because of some of the things that they said, but when they made F the Police, that's a political song.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
And that's a true emotion that everybody felt.
And the thing of it
in
is,
that demographic
is that people don't realize, man, Ice Cube was 17 years old.
Yeah.
He wrote F the Police when he was 17. You know, that's just wild to me, man. And then we got 17-year-olds now, you know, just want to talk about a bunch of craziness, man. So, you know, the culture is so powerful. And it's powerful because when there's a balance to it, when you have the street level stuff and then you have the conscious stuff and you got the party stuff in the middle, you have the best recipe for hip hop, which was, I would say, the 90s. We're going to take a quick break, though.
Quick break.
And when we come back, we're going to get more into this conversation. So y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
Welcome back to Echoing Vibes. I'm your host, Jay. I'm with my co-hosts, Tay, Tati, and Zay. I love just saying that in general, just for the audience's pleasure.
So it's like
She just want to keep a baby.
Right.
She just want to.
Right. It's like, give me a baby. You my baby. Give me a baby.
Give me a baby.
Give me a baby. You my baby. Now you gotta give me a baby, girl.